bringing the people behind our food to life.
There's a lot of different ways that you can make mead, but mead is simply put any alcoholic fermented drink that's made from honey. To make a batch of mead, it all starts with the beekeeper. The ingredients are honey is obviously the most important one, water, and then we add yeast and nutrients. My brother Nick and I, ever since we were young teenagers, have always fantasized about having a business together. This whole process evolved over many, many years, and the way that it came that we were going to start a meadery was I took some time off between graduating high school and starting college, and during that time period I was doing odds and end jobs, and I was hired to work at a bee farm. And 8 years later, I was the foreman at that farm, helping manage a crew of 5 other guys and helping manage 5,000 beehives. And I had a few hundred of my own beehives, and sort of a passion that both Nick and I had taken up during our 10 years in college and even before that was homebrewing and making sauerkraut and cheese and just the general process of fermentation. And so we were both very passionate about fermentation and agriculture, so Nectar Creek was just a marriage of these two passions. In July and August, the beekeepers in the Willamette Valley are harvesting honey. There's normally one honey harvest per year, and one beehive will produce anywhere from 40 to 100 pounds of honey. And then is put into barrels like you see here, and then we buy these 55-gallon drums of honey. We heat that honey up to about 90 to 100 degrees, which is the same temperature it is inside the beehive, and that honey in that more liquid, more viscous form allows us to easily brew it with our water to get the mead must going. Once we get the mead must to the right specific gravity and the right dilution of honey and water, we add our yeast and our nutrients into the tank, and then throughout the next 2 weeks, the mead is fermenting, producing alcohol and CO2. We really work hard to capture the flavors of the honey. And so we do a cold fermentation that allows a lot of those flavors from the honey not to be driven off during the fermentation if it was hot. And so depending on the honey you use, the flavors carry through to the final product a lot. About 40% of every batch we put into kegs, and the other 60% goes into bottles. You know, it's starting to become more and more important to more and more people all over the world to know where the ingredients of their food is coming from, to know where the ingredients of what they're drinking is coming from. And that goes from their salad and their steak down to the alcohol that's in their glass. And mead is just one more product to give some people a unique offering to choose from. And so I think as a whole in the country, there's now maybe 300 meaderies in the United States. We at Nectar Creek, we have the opinion that the more meaderies there are, the better. I know we can't make all the mead for all the mead drinkers out there, and there's a lot of other meaderies making delicious mead. Somebody came in recently and brought us a mead that they use black tea, orange peel, and fresh orange juice in. Who'd have thought that that would make a good mead? But the mead was delicious. And if you think, it's pretty simple, a cup of black tea with a little spritz of lemon and some honey is a delicious way to drink black tea. So why wouldn't it taste good fermented in mead? And so the opportunities for us to make unique and exciting meads are really endless. And we're excited to have our lives ahead of us being young entrepreneurs to just keep pushing the limits and making new and exciting meads year after year.